entering a world of realization in ecstatic, infinite balance.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, infinite balance. In effect, giving you that energy from the cosmos to your center flows. Now, right now, I'm talking about a starseed race called the Hadarians. Now, I'm going to go a little bit more deeper in this, and actually, I'm going to remix some other starseeds that I talked about before and talk more about the soul purpose. So basically, if you feel that you're one of them, or if you're not sure, I'm going to give you clues on how you could figure out if you are one of them. And if you are, the sole purpose of that to become a highest version of yourself. So let's get right down to it. So the Hadarian starseed race. When it comes to physical appearance now, the Hadarian have a loving and heart-centered starseed race originally from the Hardal Beta, easy for me to say, Beta Centauri star system, known for their unconditional love, emotional depth, and high vibrational energy. Their physical appearance varies, but they often carry an ethereal and graceful presence. So basically, high vibrational, they love to love. Now, when it comes to the height, typically human type of height, medium tall, about 5 feet 8 to about 7 feet. In the natural form, of course. The skin tone, this is very unique feature, which I personally love. They're described as having a golden skin tone. Imagine that, seeing a being with gold skin. Jesus, actually that even goes back to ancient texts. But anyways, the golden bronze or radiant glowing skin. Reflecting their high frequency energy. Some are said to have like deep, rich skin tones with a luminous quality. Now, when it comes to the eyes also glow, and it could be bright, and it's just full of warmth. Other colors, amber or deep brown, but gold is the most familiar. And the hair now can be like whatever color it is, it's simmering, it's glowing, it's a sight to behold. Now the facial features are soft, round, or heart-shaped faces with gentle, harmonious, and inviting features. They exclude a deeply loving and nurturing presence. So the face isn't the norm. Just to give you guys a lot to warning there, son. In their build, slender to athletic. Though there's some that are extra curvy and some that are like round. And when I say round, I mean circle round. Their energetic presence, they have an aura of deep love, joy, and compassion. Being around them feels like being warped in like just a warm embrace, a warm hug. They have a natural radiance that make others feel like just safe and deeply understood. Now, I touched on this before. They originate from something called the Hadar, also known as the Beta Centauri system. It's a bright star in the Centaurus constellation about 390 light years away. The star system was once home to like a highly advanced and love-based civilizations. Remember, not civilization, but civilizations. So there's plenty of similar civilizations like the Hadarians. They lived in like a harmonious society based on unconditional love, unity, emotional depth. Excuse me. However, their homeworld was invaded by negative beings, often linked to the Orions and the Draco entities, which I'll get into the Draco later on. Orion's already touched on that. It's interesting if this story is true, because the Orion race, they're not really known for that, but who knows? And they also the Hadarians, they carry like a deep wound from that war that brought to them to Earth. Basically, they brought them to Earth with those type when they came to Earth as a soul. There you go. When they came to Earth as a soul, they brought back that type of hurt. And Hadarian starseeds are like just natural healers, lovers, and connectors. Their mission on Earth is to spread unconditional love, heal emotional wounds, and guide others toward heart-centered livings. They often struggle with feelings out of place in a world that can be, a world that just can be cold and disconnected. In the way how this world basically is right now. It seems like for the most part, and it's just a small percentage, maybe the 1%. And what's special about the Hadarian race now, similar to the Minatakids, is that they're drawn to spirituality, music, art, relationships, and humanitarian efforts. Just things that help the world better themselves. Now this part I didn't really get into with the other star seeds, but I went thinking and I seen something that triggered me into going about talking about this. So I had a blog that I put out talking about soul paths and numbers and each one of those things. So with this, I guess talk about the soul path, and I'm going to go about the soul path that the previous star seeds I talked about previously. So with the Hadarians now, you could recognize their soul path because they carry a deep cosmic memory of unconditional love and unity, making them like a natural healers, guides, emotional anchors for humanity. They're a person that if you have any pain or something, you could really talk to them and they'll make you feel better. But however, due to the Earth's dense energy and history of trauma and violence, many Hadarians struggle without findings of like their true purpose and may feel lost, disconnected, or overly sensitive to the world's pain. There may be a lot of Hadarians in relationships right now where they are being like mentally and physically abused, unfortunately, just because they just can't handle the denseness of the Earth's just negative flow. But don't worry, right now we're going to get into kind of like a more positive outlook right now. So, this about six where you could just find out your soul purpose as a Hadarian. And one of them is if you feel an overwhelming call to spread love. If you have that feeling, you may be a Hadarian. So they like to bring the frequency of unconditional love. And again, if you have the natural urge to comfort, uplift, and heal others emotionally, this is a clear sign of your mission. Your energy alone can soften people's hearts and help them trust and remind them of their own inner light signs. Now, how beautiful is that? People naturally feel drawn to you and open up their feelings towards you. You crave deep, meaningful relationships, whether it's a soulmate twin flame or divine partnership. You feel a pain when witnessing cruelty, hate, or division in the world. See, this is familiar to what the Metakins is also. They're very familiar. So that's why right now I even have like a connection to this. I remember one time just seeing a goose walking across the street, and I was on my break eating a veggie patty. And while I was just looking at it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a truck came and just flattened the goose. And when that happened, I almost instantly just threw up. That was actually the first time where just emotion just instantly hit. Wasn't bawling, but inside just sadness about that whole situation. Well, anyway, when aligned with your purpose as a Hadarian, you focus on just heart-based living, which means making decisions based on compassion, authenticity, and love rather than fear. I always say that to myself, and I've been spreading that on my YouTube where let love guide you, not fear. And learn emotional healing practices such as Reiki, sound healing, or even heart-centered meditations. Engage in work that allows you to support, guide, and nurture others, such as therapy, coaching, holistic healing, or humanitarian efforts. Even putting out a YouTube channel or Instagram or anything like that, Now, number 2, you struggle with feeling betrayed and abandoned. This is kind of like a low point where it just must be said. They carry soul memories of their home planet, and so when they bring it down to Earth now, they're so overly cautious, sometimes just paranoid of the relationships that they are in, and they fear of being hurt. And unfortunately, through that, things may awry. There's always the yin and yang, the positive and negatives of that. But you may feel abandonment wounds, or feel a deep emotional intimacy. You attract karmic relationships where people hurt you. But believe me, these are things that are experienced and you will learn from. You feel you're given too much in a relationship without actually receiving the same type of energy in return. Now, you want to align with your purpose as a Hadarian. If you feel you're that, learn about self-love, boundaries, healing, and attachment wounds. See, this is so similar to me with the Metakins. Who knows, I may be a cross between a Metakin and Hadarian, because I date myself. Me myself, I was not in the best relationship. Even though at the beginning it started off good, and in the end it started off good, but there's that mushy middle. So after that relationship, came to a passing, I decided to date myself. I got the idea by watching a video by a man named Billy Carson, and that just rung a bell. So I started just going out, going to the beach at a time during the summer, and just walking and just learning more about myself, learning my likes, learning my dislikes, learning what makes me calm, learning how energy is brought up towards me. I'm gonna learn when I'm near water, I love the energy from the water, and it just gives me that uplifting feeling. Whether it's summertime or wintertime, if I'm near water, I just feel good about that. So anyways, you also shift your focus from seeking like external validation to recognizing your own infinite worth. So basically, you care more about yourself. You're showing that love, but sometimes love means showing love to yourself too. And you guide others through similar struggles, whether it's through counseling, writing, coaching, or spiritual mentor. Maybe one of you guys, like, you just feel like you want to lead people in that. You want to be like a psychiatrist. You want to be that spiritual coach. Maybe a student counselor. Again, maybe putting up a channel like this and helping people, like how I hope I'm helping people by doing the stuff that I'm doing right now. Now here's number 3. You're drawn to healing and emotional transformation. Because Hadarians are natural emotional alchemists, meaning they can transform pain into wisdom, love, and higher consciousness. You may feel drawn to healing professionals, energy work, psychology like we talked about before, or artistic expression that helps people process emotions. And some signs about that, you just feel unexplainable connection to healing modalities like Reiki, again, sound healing, and just plant medicine. You know? And you have a deep intuitive and can sense people's emotion before they express them. I've been working on my intuition, and I've been just having me myself just feelings. I've been doing things to like exercise them. Like even today, I was having a feeling of how to just kind of like better myself. And at that time, I looked at the clock and it was like 3. I had my clock in army time and it was 13:33. Take out the 1, then it was 3:33. So I just been practicing my intuition. Just in that time, I was just thinking about something, and I know, like, with that intuition to go with it, you know. And you naturally know how to offer comfort, wisdom, and healing wounds. If you're that type of person, well, you don't know. And now you also use your voice and presence to help people feel seen, understood, and safe. You may be a protector of people. You may be a protector of people that can't speak for themselves. You speak up for them. A lot of children, Generation Alpha, even the later Gen Zers, see a lot of children then protected other children naturally. Where back, just say going back into the 80s, early 90s, they had the so-called bullies them, where people would just be quiet while bullies them just bully the weakest kids them. But now things are slowly, I wouldn't say they're flipping, but it's just on an even playing field now where you don't see much of that no more. Now number 4 is you're highly sensitive and need to protect your energy. Now this part, not familiar with me. I love like going to festivals and such. My late wife, we never know which she always thought she was maybe a reptilian or something, but this kind of relates to her because Hadarians, they feel like it's just too much, get overwhelmed by negativity, whether it's in a big gathering. They could just pick out the negativity like needle from a haystack. That's why they don't like big crowds then. Same with the loud music and just chaotic environments. Again, there with that comes empathetic or empathic, and they could just feel other people's emotions like it's their own. That's why a lot of Hadarian souls or starseeds to keep isolated. They make YouTube videos about how they need to be isolated, or just make YouTube videos for the sake of making YouTube videos because they're in an isolated environment. Now, in align with the purpose as a Hadarian starseed, just practice energy protection techniques, such as grounding, aura cleansing, or setting energetic boundaries. Surround yourself with high vibrational people, music, experiences that uplift you. That's actually what I am doing right now, just to better myself, to bring the highest version of myself. I'm just focusing on putting myself with like-minded people and high vibrational people. We're into music, listen to just the high vibrational music, and trying to just take off all that negativity and just bring all that positivity around me. Because I know with the combination of that with my affirmations, things are coming my way. And with Hadarians, spend time in nature, near water. It's funny to kind of just talk about being near water and claiming just the spaces to replenish your energy, you know? Now, number 5, you are drawn to soulmate and twin flame connections. Now, when it comes to love orientation, they may often seek, Hadarians may seek deep soul connection. Maybe a twin flame, maybe a soulmate, again, maybe a divine partnership. Because they just have that need for a connection with another person. You encountered like karmic relationships that forced you to grow. We talked about that one previously. You feel that your ideal partner is out there, but you must first align with your highest self, which honestly I'm going through right now. I'm at the stage where I'll be totally happy if I'm by myself, but if that person is out there, that'll make me a better person, like in all facets. I'm all for that. But I'm not gonna settle. That's the one thing. Now, when it comes to aligning with all this now, you focus on your self-love and healing past wounds before seeking external love. And a lot of people don't do that. That's why a lot of people go into other relationships and their relationships mimic the last relationship they're in, and they go into another relationship that mimic the last 2 relationships, and they go into another relationship that mimic the last 3 relationships, and it just keeps going and going and going like a domino effect. You can't be a highest version of yourself or be in a happy type of relationship until you find out who you are. Love yourself, be one with yourself. Then from then, the dominoes of positivity will drop until it gets to that nice person. The person you want to dance the limbo with, The person you want to wine with. The person you want to eat durian with. Eat fruit with. Laugh. Hug up. Sweet, sweet kiss them. All them something there, Now, number 6. Feel a call to create a loving, unified world. This is something that I'm pushing towards myself. They remember the true unity consciousness feels like from their home planet. And Earth that they're on right now just feels like a deep longing for peace, connection, and community, which they were trying to bring up the higher vibration of the earth. And from these sides, you just feel a deep sadness when you see division, hatred, or injustice in the world. Again, with me, I'm cutting all that off. I'm always just, I don't want to watch that, You stay away from news, all them something. And you dream of creating a safe, loving space with people to heal and connect with. You're passionate about spirituality, humanitarian work, we've talked about all those before, and social change. And when aligning with this purpose, you want to build communities for yourself based on love, healing, and authenticity. And it could be anything. It could be online person. It could be through creative project in YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever the case is. You could build like a community, a village. A person built a village up in Barrie for like just all health conscious people, them, believe it or not. Just use that energy that you have inside you to awaken other people into deeper love. And that right there is it with the Hadarian Starseed race. If you feel like you're one of them, we love you. And at least know what type of soul purpose you have. So you could go down deep. I know there's a lot of decisions which are tough, especially with the more group of people that are surrounded by you that don't necessarily agree with what you're doing, the harder it is. We know that. And we also know that if you're a single being right now, it's a lot easier. So I would encourage, if you're like a single person, to just up and just start that, because there's nothing pushing you back right now. But I could understand the people with the family them, with the kids them, and maybe the husband and wife that just don't feel the same way. It's extremely tough, but it's a tough decision to make. Believe me, I know, and I'm one with you. So anyways, that's the Hadarian Starseed race, the race of love, love, and love. And like the Hadarians love, I love too. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. And if you feel like you're a Hadarian Starseed race, you know what you do. You look up the information, or you look on this video here, sir, and you put everything that I said and you put it into motion. Then come back, tell me how that feel, If you're in the Toronto area and you feel that you're one of them. Me, myself, I'm always hanging out at a street called Lakeshore and Windermere, down by the water. Come say hi. All them someday. So anyways, everybody from the north, south, east, and west. Everybody out there stay blessed, and more blessed. Choose the blue pill. Go to bed. Wake up. Have a blessed day. And let society control your reality.